What's happening, everybody? Trey here, and today reactions to the classics. We got another top 10 up in store today. One I'm looking forward to. One of the reasons I love this channel so much is connecting with people from all across the world, and Ireland today is going to be our topic, and we're going to have an Irish indie top 10. This comes courtesy of a suggestion from our patron, supporter, and friend of the channel, Richard. Richard himself is from Dublin, so we're going to get educated from a first-hand account, a good source here. So I'm looking forward to this. We covered Thin Lizzy, did a top 10 of them on the channel. Rory Gallagher, who was another fantastic Irish musician. Obviously, I know U2, the most famous band to come from Ireland, of course, Van Morrison. But I'm going to be looking forward. I don't know any of the songs on the list today, and we got a bit of a varying years up in here as well. So I'm going to get a little taste of everything to see what the Irish indie groups have to offer for us. So thank you again to Richard for this. If you like this video, y'all, be sure to give it a thumbs up. That helps us out here at the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel, you can hit that big red subscribe button, and also check out our Patreon page if you want. Got early access, and we can even do a top 10 list for you if you would want. So all that to say, let's just dive into this list. As you see here at the bottom, we're going to start at number 10 from Whipping Boy, the track We Don't Need Nobody Else. This is from their record Heartworm in 1995. Album was voted the 7th best Irish album of all time in a 2005 poll by the Irish magazine Hot Press. In 2013, Heartworm topped Phantom FM's poll of the top 50 Irish albums of all time. Just on that alone, I'm going to have to add this to my ever-growing need to listen to list. If this is your first time viewing on YouTube here, due to copyright, the music is going to be chopped out. But if you want to hear the music, listen along with me, be sure to check out the link down below. We got that full video in store. Shout out again to the patrons who allow us to get the server space to put all that up there. Really helps out and makes it cool just for everybody at the channel. So going to have the lyrics pulled up to all these. Going to listen and enjoy this one and give my thoughts afterwards, and at the end do my favorite track. So thank you again to Richard. I'm excited. Let's get going. Wow, Whipping Boy is not holding anything back as we start our top 10 list out with an absolute banger here. Great way to start this list, Richard. Man, where do you even begin on this song? Instrumentally, love the heaviness of the guitar in here. They shifted up sounds from verse to verse. I thought the chorus itself was very catchy. That simple, we don't need nobody else. I enjoyed the vocal delivery on here. It kind of had that almost monotone-esque like delivery from a guy that seems to be beaten down from the world that he's he's living in here, and almost like they distorted or really buried his vocals towards the very end. In that last verse we had, I like the shout out we had to Bono Hill. They built portholes for Bono so he could gaze out across the bay and sing about mountains, maybe. Kind of, I think, poking fun at Bono for living that rich, luxurious life, possibly. He says, you are what you own in this land. You can be king, and it all depends on the view and what you can see. And around here, nobody tells me what to do anymore. So he's kind of has that independence, that freedom, king of his own life. And then we get that first great chorus, we don't need nobody else. And then the second verse was probably the heaviest, I think, because he notes that he and his girl, he hit her, and I hit you for the first time today. I didn't mean it, it just happened. He notes, we weren't even fighting, I was just annoyed. Silence and you started to cry, that really hurt, you said. Yeah, and you thought you knew me. Really a powerful line here where we kind of get a further glimpse into this guy's heart. Was he just putting up a facade this entire time in this relationship? And was this the real him? Was this just a moment of passion in a sense and not really who he is? That's a lot of questions that the listener can kind of go and ask themselves. And then at the end it notes, I don't know if this is the same woman or a different woman, noting that the queen of drugs broke down and cried because she'd been shagging her best friend's guy, and she wasn't shy and she refused to try. Then I like he connected back to the portholes in the first line. That's why I'm gazing out of portholes and I'm wondering why we don't need nobody else. Just wonderful instrumentation. It has that kind of a alternative rock like sound that I just really enjoy. That's just kind of the music I gravitate to in my free time. So I like the way we're starting this list off here. And now we're going to go to Rocky Took a Lover from Bell X1. This is from the record Flock in 2005, third single, went to 18 in the Irish charts. BBC described it in previous single Flame as, quote, two of the finest pieces of music written on this island. So high praise there from the BBC. Let's hear some Bell X1 here. And again, really enjoyable lyrics, but the highlight for me on this was that instrumentation. So pretty coming in, I don't know, sounded like a vibraphone kind of underneath there with the kind of bell-like chimes going in, and even points where it was almost like a synthesizer towards the end of the track. I don't know what all was in there instrumentally. All I know is that it worked well together, meshed to be so pretty. Great production on here. I loved at one point on the track the point where he said, I'll shine for you. He said, I'll burn for you. It's like almost like a robot voice from like Fitter or Happier from OK Computer. If you're familiar with that song by Radiohead. Like in that right headphone kind of coming through and doing almost like backing vocals, so to speak. That was cool. Obviously the theme here kind of playing with the sky, the stars, the sun, what's going on there. Even from the first verse, or first line, he said, "I want to shine in the eye of Orion, but I drove my soul through the black hole." And then we figure out this was just early in the morning. He was drunk. He says, "Hey, at least I'm okay in the mornings." Then we kind of continue to go through talking about the three wise men kind of being gone or led in the sky, and she's just not buying anything that he's selling really. He notes, just again talking about the stars, they're like headlights in the rearview mirror. She said, "Would you go away? Last night all you did was curse those stars. You said they sang to you of hope." So apparently last night he was railing against the stars a little bit, and then tonight, once he's sobered up, he's like, you know what, I really love what these represent. Notes the sun, like all the greats, is going to burn out someday. And he notes, "I want to be that star. I want to be that star. Then I can shine for you. I'll shine for you. That's what I'll do." So kind of just a unique way to kind of weave a bit of a song to note how much he cares for this gal, and putting that through the star motif or whatever you want to call it. I think that was pretty tight, and it sounded really pleasant on the ears as well. So number 9, Rocky Took a Lover. Now, number 8 on Richard's list here, we have Cannonball by Damien Rice. This is from his debut record in 2002. Second single, didn't chart at the time, but it was re-released in 2003, 2004, 2011, and they all charted in the UK there. The song was picked to be covered as the winner single for the British X Factor in its 8th series, and was released by the series winners Little Mix in December of 2011, topping the British and the Irish single charts in its first week of release. That's what I was wondering, how it did on the Irish charts. The single versions, of which there are 2 with slightly differing production, are much different from the original version found on the album. Well, we are going to be doing this original version that was found on the album here. The album, so Damien Rice, Cannonball, Damien Rice bringing it with our first real stripped back tune here, really just Damien on the acoustic guitar here, and really packing a punch, I think, with his vocal delivery on this one. You could tell that he was feeling what he was saying, and just starting off, kind of putting you in that position where you are falling in love with somebody. Still a little bit of your taste in my mouth, still a little of you laced with my doubt, that I think those feelings of, does this person like me back type of deal, for like a true full-on relationship. It's still a little hard to say what's going on. That confusion that love brings, that we've all been there, that second guessing in our minds, like, should I do this? Should I do that? What if it ruins this? Still a little bit of your face I haven't kissed. You step a little closer each day that I can't say what's going on. And then that chorus with just that simple yet effective rhyme scheme. Stones taught me to fly. Love, it taught me to lie. Life, it taught me to die. I think that's the most powerful line in the song. Life, it taught me to die. So it's not hard to fall when you float like a cannonball. The name of the title coming in here. And then we kind of continue on. I like he switched it up. Love, it taught me to cry instead of it taught me to lie. Again, that love, whenever it's going really, really good, maybe you're crying tears like, oh, I found my soulmate. Whenever that breakup happens, obviously that emotion can get a little intense as well. And he notes in the outro, because it's not hard to fall, and I don't want to scare her. It's not hard to fall, and I don't want to lose her. Just that pure, just desire to be with this person. And it's not hard to grow when you know that you just don't know. It's a powerful tune by Damien here, man. Simple musical structure than the first two, but you could definitely argue it had better lyricism going in. I liked his voice, liked the guitar on that. Solid number 8, and now we're gonna go to the number 7 track. We got the song "After All" by the Frank and Walters. Already kind of digging the band name. From Train, Boats, and Planes, 1992 debut record. After All by the Frank and Walters. Really cool, really cool and unique band name. And awesome track here. 3 minutes. It was short and to the point. Probably the most upbeat tune we've had so far. Again, sensing a theme here on this list. I don't know if Richard did it intentionally, but definitely that love theme coming forth in all 4 of the songs we've done thus far. But here it's working out a little better, I'd say, than any of the previous songs. He still recognizes that I know that we fight and our love gets pushed to the side. Still, it ends all right. And then, the title of the track, After All, comes up a lot. After all, I really need you. After all, I really love you. He just kind of really puts his heart on his sleeve, saying, I don't know how I could survive without you in my life. He says that she's like his shrine. He's glad that he's yours and that she is his. And just musically, man, I kind of like the vocalizations, the ba-ba, ba-da-ba-ba. That was pretty tight as well. Just a good propelling beat as well with that drum underneath. And just all in all, good pop tune here. I think that this is definitely worthy of conclusion on this list, up to par with the previous tracks. And now we're going to go to Parachute, our number 6 tune from Something Happens. So let's see what they got in store for us here. All right, Parachute from Something Happens, bringing it here. Again, just like our previous tune, After All, I found this more catchy than maybe anything else on the list up to this point, or at least up there with After All. His vocal delivery, again, kind of more joyous, I guess, in a sense, coming with that idea that take your parachute and go. There's going to have to be some danger. Take your parachute and jump. You're going to have to take flight, so you're going to have to put yourself out there, this or that. But guess what? If the winds don't catch you, I'm going to be there for you. I'm going to be there to catch you whenever you're down and falling. So don't worry. You're safe with me. And that's kind of the message that I was getting from this one here. That piano was just so tight. Maybe my favorite instrumental moment on this first half of the list thus far. I don't know why. It maybe just with the frequency it was going in really quick. It was easy to get stuck into my head, and I thought the panning of the guitar or whatever was going on in the background towards the end, that was a nice touch, as well as it kind of stalled to a halt and got quieter and quieter at the very end, kind of faded us out here. Again, like I said, catchy. I was looking, it looks like this is kind of their most famous tune, at least on Spotify. It has the most listens by a good margin here. So we're halfway through the list, y'all. Good way to start off. And now we're going to go to Where's Me Jumper from the Sultans of Ping FC. from the record Casual Sex in the Cineplex. What a great album title name from 1993. FC, I don't know much about football, but I know that stands for Football Club. So let's see what we got here. Only 3 minutes long. The Sultans of Ping FC coming in with Where's Me Jumper? Where's Me Jumper? I loved his delivery on this, man. This was definitely the most fun I had listening to a song on this list. It's not the best song on this list, just if you are judging musically and whatnot, but I just had such a fun time listening to this thing. Starts off very wild, talking about his brother, knowing Karl Marx, about talking about the manifesto. I like your manifesto, put it to the testo. Just kind of shouting some nonsense lyrics that somehow rhyme and work together. And then talking about a guy who's groovy, knew a little Latin, said, I don't know what it means. He said, neither do I. Fill your nostrils up with gravy. Don't drink tea and don't drink coffee. Cover your chin in Yorkshire toffee. Just kind of some nonsense, but it's so endearing the way it's delivered. And then we get that first of the iconic chorus, dancing in the disco, bumper to bumper. Wait a minute. Where's me jumper? Where's me jumper? I just thought that was so cool. And then the guitars finally drop about 50 seconds in. And he just kind of goes on saying how people trying to cheer him up, saying, dude, it'll get better. Well, guess what, y'all? We aren't in this man's position. We haven't lost our brand new sweater. We know that mom and dad and brother and even the dog, they're going to be angry at him. He comes home. He's not going to have his jumper on. It's going to be chaos in this man's household. I can only imagine. And he had it when he went to the bathroom. He had it when he had his tea, but he doesn't know where it is now. I hope one day this is going to go up there amongst some of the iconic questions that are asked in music that we still don't have an answer to. Where's me jumper? I hope this man found his jumper, man. Fun track. I'm glad you put this on here, Richard. And now we're going to go to the number 4 one. It's going to be tough to follow up with that. We got the Frames from their album Fitzcarraldo, Revelate. So let's see what we got here. Maybe my favorite song up to this point, just because I thought that the guitar work was just to my ears, man. I loved the tone that it set. Great bass line underneath as well. Vocalist coming forth with great passion, especially whenever he ends kind of each verse off. My revelate, the way he delivered that line in particular, you just kind of wanted to bang your head down, and then the guitars came in usually right after there. Again, kind of dealing, it seems, with a relationships that is tattered. He notes, and you were so far from me this day that you can't say my revelate. He notes, my revelate, I effed it up. I rest my case because it's all too gray. My revelate. It's, does this mean we're through? Does this mean it's gone? I spent a day just to ponder the words that I would write to you this day, but it's all too great. My revelate. We all need that revelation sometimes, again, to kind of figure out, where am I going to go next? What am I going to do after I get going? Damien Rice on Cannonball kind of touched on some of the same concepts, albeit in a different way, but really enjoy. I've never heard of the Frames in my life, man, but had that... you could tell it's from kind of that mid-90s period, but in the best way. I like a lot of music like in this period that's charming, and that's kind of alternative rock with the some pop sensibilities in there as well. Frames got a great blend of that here. And now we're going to go to the track Waiting from the Devlins. And we're up to number 3, y'all. This is from the record of the same name, released in 1997. So we're gonna kind of stay in the same time frame that the Frames were just in. Narrowing it down to just 3 favorites at the end is gonna be tough, because after I just was saying how Revelate might be my favorite one on the list up to this point, Waiting might have just taken its place right after. A lot of cool techniques in here. First, couple minutes of the song, every line started with the word waiting. they just kind of built that sense. This guy's waiting literally everywhere: the station, basement, daydreams, and bars, fast cars, the airports, and then it kind of switches up. And I like this line a little. Kind of misdirection, and if you ever change your mind, you would think he would say, like, I'm right here or this or that, but he says, I'm hard to find, and if you ever need someone, I still be waiting. In that verse as well, it was cool because at the end of every line, like, the music went silent and kind of stopped, and then boom, we went back with it, with that guitar was great through the track. It almost increased its the fuzziness of it, as it was going through, kind of increased almost the heaviness, or what was impending kind of around you, or at least in my ears. I was just kind of envisioning that, like, oh, whatever's happened is getting closer. I'm still waiting for whatever is going to happen. Waiting in the half light, waiting for your whole life, waiting for an ideal, a low deal, a no deal to play your stereotype. What a lot of a great kind of internal wordplay on that line. He notes, he says, I'll still be waiting, just waiting for a friend. I say it's all right, my friend, just waiting. Yeah, this was had a sense of melancholy, I think, through it the whole time, even if the music maybe didn't kind of portray that. But really, really solid record, or song rather. Now we're gonna go to This Is by Aslan from, we're gonna take it back about a decade, 1988. So let's see what they got in store for us. All right, Aslan bringing it in with This Is, a little similar to our previous track, just with Waiting, just because it started out, a lot of the lines started, this is, and then whatever it said. This is the face of a teenage mother. This is the child she bears. This is the soul of her broken lover, searching for the smiles they shared. Powerful line right there. And then they note the punished pilgrim. You note, and you see his eyes, you see no surprise, waiting for a lie that's true. Some cool little, almost mysterious lines up in here a little bit. You're searching for the meaning, wasting your life away. Seems this person is kind of going on, searching for that key, so to speak, to life, and they're not finding it because at the end of the day, that's a tough thing to find for a lot of people, and it seems coming up short this way and that way. Musically, really enjoyed kind of his vocal delivery. Kind of hit some of those high notes, especially when he said, "Everybody hit you with this feeling," and he just kind of went way up. Don't take the what I just sung as indicative to how it actually was. I can't be hitting those high notes, y'all. You know that, but I thought he did a great job with it, and strings were very gorgeous and contrasted well with almost like that dance beat that was underneath. So I thought it was a cool, unique song. Probably not going to make my favorites, but I still liked it for what it was, man. And the backing vocals at the end were pretty cool, with the everybody hits you, everybody knocks you down, just kind of bringing it to climax. And you gotta be watching out when people hit you with that feeling. Whenever you're stopping, you're looking, you're searching, everything is going on. I hope this person found what they were looking for. No, and no pun with I still haven't found what I'm looking for from U2 coming in here. But anyways, y'all. All that to say, we're to number one here. We're to the end of this fantastic Irish Indie Top 10 list. Richard, you've killed it so far, my friend. So I'm looking forward to this number one. Drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen. We got At the Indie Disco, apropos named from the Divine Comedy, and their record, Bang Goes the Knighthood. This is from 2010. So a little bit of a later entry from a lot of the tunes on this list. So only 3 minutes, 18 seconds. Let's listen to it and enjoy it, and then I'll drop my favorite tracks. The Divine Comedy bringing us home, wrapping up our Irish Indie Top 10 list. And Richard, I like that you put At the Indie Disco at number one on this indie list. what an awesome track. Loved. I mean, I find it hard to believe somebody could listen to that and not at least enjoy it to some degree. Man, again, it had the strings on there. Enjoyed that. Thought his voice was solid. I had a female voice at certain points in the track as well. Just doing subtle backing vocals, which added some sweetness as well. Kind of I think lent well. It has a sense of innocence almost to this track, which I thought was cool. Talking about the indie disco, it's running every Thursday night. Dance to our favorite indie hits until the morning light. Again, a simple song. You don't have to read deep into the lyrics, but it again kind of brings forth those feelings of love that are being birthed in this guy amongst some legendary tunes, so to speak, as well. We have bunches of name drops in here where he notes under the poster of Morrissey with a bunch of flowers. Obviously, Morrissey, lead singer of the Smiths, took a lot of photos holding flowers in his day. They hit the floor for Tainted Love, which is a soft sell song. And then we got the name drops of a lot of bands that I really enjoy. We have Give Us Some Pixies, have a top 10 up with them. Give Us Some Roses, the Stone Roses have a reaction to their whole record up. Give Us Some Valentine, to My Bloody Valentine, Loveless reviews up. I'm promise, I'm not trying to just plug all our stuff, but as it's coming to my head. Give Us Some Blur, got a top 10 of them coming up next month. And some Cure, top 10 and then coming up soon. Really like me some Cure as well. And then the only group I'm not familiar with here is the Wannadies, but with that name, I think I gotta check them out. Get back to my emo and little angsty phase with a name like that. I like that. They're staring at each other's feet. I wonder if she fancies me. Then he's on his way home. His heart's beating the same way as New Order's, really famous track, Blue Monday, the best-selling 12-inch of all time. If I think that record still stands. But at the indie disco, man, the way they sung that, just really catchy. And man, what a great way to finish out this list. And now we'll go to my favorite tracks. I gotta give a shout to at the indie disco. And then I'm going to go Waiting by the Devlins. And I think I'm going to go Revelate by the Frames with honorable mentions to We Don't Need Nobody Else. Our number 10 track, Whipping Boy, really brought it home too. That's probably my number 4 favorite. But really, all the tracks on here I enjoyed to at least some degree. Parachute, very catchy. After All, really solid as well. Cannonball for a little more kind of acoustic-driven track by Damien Rice. Rocky Took a Lover, had a lot going on. Great production there. Shout out to Ireland. I would love to visit your gorgeous country one day. Y'all have better scenes than our concrete jungle here in the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex in Texas. I'm sure of that. And I want to shout out Richard again for just introducing and educating me on some of these great groups that I definitely enjoyed and will be looking to go and listen to more of the record. I'm probably going to start with Heartworm, actually, by Whipping Boy, just since it's so acclaimed in Ireland. That'll be a fun one for me to kind of start with. Let me know some of your favorite Irish indie tunes down below in the comments, y'all. And be sure to give Richard some props for bringing this. Always enjoy hearing stuff from all over the world that I hadn't. And this was a really, really strong offering here. And until next time, y'all, thanks for watching. Happy listening, and I will see you.